Hi, welcome to the Indian Couple Fitness Podcast. My name is Ravitej.
My name is Amulya.
We welcome you to the episode number 1 here. In this particular podcast, we'll be covering a topic about fitness, we'll be talking about lifestyle, we'll talk about as a couple how you can build up fitness. So I'm super excited about this.
So, hi, my name is Amulya, and if you see about my qualification, I have done my computer science in engineering. I've been graduated. Then I have done jobs in a different companies like IBM, Inavia, Keystone, and now I'm currently working in a company named as Amdocs.
So my background is I'm also a mechanical engineer. I worked about 10 years in the corporate. I worked into TCS, then I worked for the majority of the time into Robert Bosch. 2021 I exited the corporate and I became as a full-time fitness coach. And today in this podcast episode we are talking about how we became accident fitness coaches because that was not the plan, right?
No.
So we just said that okay, we are doing jobs, all of that. So would you like to share about how we met, all of the things?
Yes, definitely. When I met Ravi, he was not a fitness freak or something. He used to just go for jogging, running, skipping, and all that, those things. And he used to try to impress me with his skipping skills and all that. And also, we started going together because we used to stay very close even before our marriage. And we used to go to some parks in the early morning.
I want to highlight in November we got married.
Yes.
And in July we met for the first time or we got engaged.
Yes.
And there was a good 6 months of time where we used to meet up on a daily basis, which used to happen. So continue.
Yes. So we used to meet on daily basis because we used to stay very close, and we used to go for all like running, jogging, all those things. But like after that, there was a time when I saw like we got engaged in July, but from July to November, I saw a change in his fitness. That is, he went on putting weight because एक बार लड़की फिक्स हो गई तो अभी क्यों करना है, right? Why to do workout? So we used to literally meet every day, like for breakfast, for dinners. We used to meet and we used to have outside.
Yeah.
And he, being a very foodie guy, used to keep on eating things.
So there was
Yes.
a very interesting analogy we created, like 80-20 rule. Okay, 80% of the food I used to eat, 20% of the food she used to eat. Okay,
Yes.
so that is to start happening, and somehow that I remember during our marriage, right? Literally, I climbed on a horse. Okay, and that was the tradition. And when I was coming on the horse, right, the trouser has become so fit. I was wondering कि भाई ये फट ना जाए. And guess what? His cousin took me on his shoulders and he started dancing. I was literally like, मैं गिरूंगा तो ठीक है, but my trouser should not get torn apart. Okay, that was the thing. Eventually, I put on a lot of weight to 96.3 kgs. What you felt during that point of time when I kept on putting, and it was almost like 20 kgs I put on the weight when you met me. So what was happening from your side as a spouse? What you were feeling?
Yeah. So when I met, you were like not that much, you were not that much weight, but like that time initially you were very focused, you were very motivated, and you showed me big dreams, like and I was really very impressed by those things. But eventually, when you went on putting weight, when all those things, I start seeing that declining thing all about your dreams, motivation, focus, all those things going down because you used to be very lazy. You just eat and sleep. And also, I remember when you used to come back from office because your hours were a bit earlier. So you used to come home and just sleep off. And then I had to come and wake up, and then we used to have dinner together. And
Yeah.
those days were very scary when you used to tell me that you used to get sleep when you're riding bike. So I used to be very worried till you reach
So
home.
I used to stop the bike, put on some water, wash my face, and then ride back. So it was from ITPL to HSR layout in Bangalore. I used to do that. So that was really like a downtime in my fitness, and also not just fitness, but also my
Relations.
career, relationship. Our chemistry was somehow getting faded out because your physical attraction plays a very vital role. Isn't it true?
True.
So we can cover more about this in our future episodes. But
Yes.
as we go about our quest to become accidental fitness coaches, I would like to share now about how I started this journey. One night she asked me that, Ravi, kab tak aise chalega? Like till when you will give this excuse? Because every month I had a very innovative excuse. Hey, this time this project is very demanding. Hey, this time this is happening, that is happening. I used to be very creative in giving excuses, but she understood that it was all excuses BS. And she asked me one time, when you stop giving excuse and when you start doing something about it. And that hit me hard. And from that point of time, I started building up some habits of eventually it was about waking up early,
Yes.
and that took time. Yeah, it took 15 days, 20 days of time to actually start waking up than just wishing for it and actually doing it. And eventually I started getting trained. I invested into health and fitness. I started going into the coaching. I started doing all of that, and long story short, in 11 months I lost 25 kgs. One of the biggest proudest moment for me is doing that. Maybe in the next episodes and coming episodes I'll talk about how did I do this in 11 months. After that, people started asking us that how did I do it. Okay, some of her colleagues, some of my colleagues started asking, some of the family members started asking that, hey Ravi, what did you do, what did you do? Okay, and that's where journey about education started for me, because previously I did it for myself and I also understood that it requires education. Okay, would you like to talk about how during that phase where I started getting into the ace examination preparation, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So what I want to say about Ravi, one thing is here, he's always a person, first he takes a decision and then maybe बाद में action देख लेंगे जब होता है, we'll see. But so first he, brought in all the A certificate, he registered to it, so we have to pay some amount and all that. Then we get all the material for the examination preparation. So we got that and it was there at home. So I was like, अरे यार अभी पैसे तो डाल दिया, अभी पता नहीं कि ये सच में करेगा नहीं करेगा. I was not getting that belief in you because I've seen you like ups and downs. So obviously we see that, right? So I was not very sure. But slowly then when I saw you started studying and putting more time into that, and you made sure, as I say, like it was a lockdown time. We all were working not only 9 hours, we were working more than that because
Yeah.
that was expected. And but you still removed time out of it, and then you were studying. You're putting every, like maybe in the mornings, in the nights, and even in the weekends. That was a time where we didn't have time at all. Like I know people usually say in lockdown most of the couples spent a lot of time because कहीं बाहर तो नहीं जाना है, आप घर पे हो. But there was a time when you were giving and investing your time in coaching yourself and studying,
Right.
and then you went ahead and gave the exam. So you can speak about it.
Last couple of weeks I literally took off
Yes.
from job because I knew this was really important.
कभी हमारे वेकेशन के लिए नहीं लिया लेकिन
But it is something where I feel that it was needing time, and definitely that paid off. I got 80% in that particular examination, and after that I started doing this much more professionally. I started becoming all of this. So how did you get started on your journey to becoming fitness coach, all of that? Would you like to share that, Amulya?
Yes. So where Ravi had a question about or an issue about like the weight, right? So I didn't had that issue anytime in my life. Touch wood for that. But the thing is, like I had many other issues, like like I didn't had much energy, my strength, or I had issues in sleeping. For the maybe in the midnight 1, 2 o'clock I used to sleep and all that. And those things I had. But later on, when Ravi also was like investing your some time into your fitness and all that, I remember me joining for yoga classes and me doing that. But I got more inspired when I saw you putting a lot of effort, and when our, again, as Ravi mentioned, that most of our colleagues or friends were asking, you took a decision to help them. So I was like, okay, why can't even I help? And that is how I came into this, and that is where my yoga, as a yoga trainer, I came into the picture.
Yeah, so that combination, me as a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, and she from expertise
Yoga.
of the yoga, that's where we started, and eventually we gave it free. Like
Yes.
literally, I remember
For a long
coaching
time.
for an entire 1 month. All the people who came in organically, we just said that we'll do it, whatever it requires
Online
for
on
you
Zoom.
to transform. We'll do that, and people started getting results, and they started asking us, "Would you like to getting paid for whatever you're doing?"
Yes.
And that's how we accidentally became fitness coaches. And our journey today is we are founders of Body Shred Hub community, and we have hundreds of people, working professionals, homemakers, we have business owners, we have students even. They all are coming into this thing, and majority of couples who are coming into this. So if you are looking into a community where you need that hand holding, accountability, and also care from somebody who has been there, done that, then you can check out the description. We'll be sharing you certain resources where you can go through a webinar and some other resources. So in the next episode, we'll be talking about how few of our members implement what we said, the system, and they lost 15 kgs, 20 kgs, all of that time. So I think you'd be interested in that. What do you think, Amulya? Would they be interested?
Yes, definitely. Why not?
Yeah.
But it didn't happen just in one day or in 1 month,
Yeah.
because it really takes time to put on weight. So definitely it'll take time to even reduce
Absolutely.
lose that weight.
Yes.
But as you mentioned, that if there's a community, if there is how we have helped people, I think if we share to them, definitely they'll get a benefit out of it.
Right.
Yes.
So stay tuned for the next episode, because in the next episode we'll be revealing many other strategies which they used and in our system, and how as a couple they started getting more results out there. So thank you very much for all the people, 5 people who have been listening. Let us see how many people will listen to this particular podcast. We are excited and looking forward to serving you more.